Hello and welcome to another Will It Forge Watching Paint Dry stream. I thank you for stopping by. Sorry about some of the background noise, but I tried to turn off the air conditioner and my heat tolerance for things like that is such that I made it about 45 seconds before I said, I'm gonna die if I do this, so that's what we get. Maybe if I ever have a time to do the chance to get a home studio really set up someplace where I got more space, I might have a better climate controlled or like a basement studio where it's more comfortable year round. We will see. Anyway, up on the screen you see, and I'll take the text and the laser safety officer off there for a moment. You get kind of a picture of, oh, that's weird, because that looks like it's a picture of 2 weeks ago, and I told this specifically. There we go. I missed one of mine, so we'll come to the Be Right Back screen, and you can see the progress you can see the progress we made over 2 different videos now. We still have a good bit to do on the dragon and then the stuff around the dragon. I'm going to try and avoid the metallics and pearlescence more for the space around the dragon, but I got to finish up the dragon first before I worry about that. And that's where I got my lovely metallics still. I'm getting another set of this specific group of metallics, so if I run low on a color, I'll still have plenty to go with. Planning, I can do it occasionally. I'm going to apologize now. I cleared up some of the technical difficulties. We're still having some blurriness on the camera. And that background noise being the cats tearing through the apartment. Gonna try and keep the good portion of the camera on the area that I'm painting. We do have a new camera on order, just couldn't get it by today. I'll have it for the next stream though. And that should give us a new, fresh, clear picture. I'm getting some more paints and stuff too. I'm gonna be buried in art supplies here as much as anything else. But hey, that's one of the things I'm streaming for, right? So without further ado, we're just gonna do this actually. I know it's pointless because I am already past this, but there. I'm a little bit OCD. Okay, I'm a lot of bit OCD. It matches. Now I spilled my coffee and knocked the camera over just before starting, well, just after starting the stream, so I'm gonna have to move things around a little bit, yeah, to get everything lined up right. Yeah, that works, because we still got the blurriness over here. I'm gonna try and keep this nice clean section of the camera where it's clear. I'm gonna try and keep that in the area that I'm working on to start with, so that it goes a little better for us. At least worth a try. And of course, this is gonna be a very interesting challenge to see if I can remember which colors I was putting where. Because there's actually an order to these colors. But I finished off my stream last week early because of our technical difficulties and the effort put into it already. And I did not get everything finished across the entire length of the dragon, which would have been quite the challenge anyway. So we're going to have some things we're just going to have to play with and see what we can do. I do have replacements for the headphones that I broke last week, so I've got better sound quality for myself. Hopefully means I'll be able to match better sound quality for you folks again. And I'm just going to start with one touch up here where we got the orangey over the silver. And unlike right here where we get a little bit of yellow and gold overlap, the orange over the silver doesn't look as nice. So I'm going to throw a little bit of silver in there and let that dry, and we're just going to pick up and keep going with the belly scales, the back scales. I'm probably going to do the belly and back completely before I do these legs and feet, because I'm going to want to get that where it just stands out. I've also got to figure out this back mane thing here, and I'm thinking it might get either a red color, or I might have it match the eyes, because I haven't put that eye color anywhere else in the picture. If you, the audience, have any opinions on that, I always welcome opinions. I just may not do what you suggest. Kind of one of those, you are free to give your opinion and I'm free to ignore it if I don't like it. Sorry, that's the autism talking, but that and the OCD, but that's true. I won't ignore anybody's opinion, I just may not agree or do it. So anyway, that gives us where we're going. And true to form, I'm going to grab some music to take us along the way. Now, the beautiful thing about last week's stream, I only had to take out 2 or 3 pieces of music. They were studio recordings from Straight No Chaser. I've got 2 that still have the copy claims on Mr. Holland's, but that's because I have not submitted a dispute to those yet. I'm not terribly worried about them quite yet, because that's one person. He's given me permission, and I'm not a monetized stream, so I'm not particularly caring too much about those claims against the others. And with that, let us get on with the show. And like last week, we will pick up with a series of Straight No Chaser knowing that, of course, they are ones that we'll have to take out later, at least many of them.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Disney movies set apart with stories that are bizarre, expensive toys that kids desire will bankrupt you. I have catfished a girl, lying, scheming, pretending, but don't tell princess that I'm a street rat. The truth we can't hide. I just met a great guy, but will my father approve of him? He's arranged my marriage to Jafar, which makes me want to cry. It's an unfair world. Please don't call me sorry. Just take me very far away from Alabama. Even though I barely know you, it's just me and you, just me and you, and my tiger too. But we see my face in a land cartoon. Out in France lived a prince. He was super arrogant. An enchantress put a spell on him. His face would make you wince. Found a girl named Belle. Only chance to break a spell. Locked in his castle forever. Stockholm syndrome now or never. Talking clock, talking candle, might shout too much to handle, and the service here is getting quite insane. They'll fill you up with free pie, but they charge for Wi-Fi. I'm depressed and in distress, as your guest forever is asked. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Too bad that all of it's wet and moldy. Wouldn't you think she's the girl who ruins everything? But who cares? No big deal. She wants more. She's trying to be where the people are, but her dad really hates those humans. Also be hard without those. What's that word again? Oh, feet. But Ursula made a deal for her voice, which would cause any man to rejoice. But how do they sing under the sea without gurgling? There was one goal to have, just get correct out of every kid into this thing to mom and dad. The great circle of life until you're all hyenas who are hired by your uncle. may not realize.
Christmas too.
Creepy song, hiding in the shadows, makes girls sing using lots of vibrato. Is he there to hurt her or be her vocal teacher? And why does it only happen late at night? How did this ever seem alright?
Memory, this show causes me agony, not to mention my allergies from these cats all around.
25,000 choirs have sung this. 525,000 versions were bad. Everyone in rent was dying or homeless. Thanks to the writer, we all left sad. I need a seasons of love. This song will be stuck in your head. Bet your bottom dollar tomorrow it'll be stuck. Annoying, annoying. This song is annoying. We're singing it anyway. We're at war. Another day across our country. Instead of fighting, we just dance and sing. I don't think that helps anyone, but obviously it's way more fun. We're at war. You see the new movie? Who was in charge of casting? Everyone can sing. Why did they choose Russell Crowe? Why did they think he could sing? Seriously, he was awful. Should never sing again. His voice is monotone. Auto-tune can't save you now. Did they not think we working? Music builds, the end is near. We're at war. This revolution, 'cause our military sucks. We don't have any children or anyone has ever learned to use a gun. We'll lose this war, but we'll be sure to nail this choreography. For one day more. Girls hitch hallelujah, girls hitch hallelujah, girls hitch hallelujah. 'Cause uptown won't go give it to you. 'Cause uptown won't go give it to you. 'Cause uptown won't go give it to you. Saturday night we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on, feel it. Don't believe it, just watch. Feel it. Wait a minute! The podcast was looking, takes it, side check. Who we are? Get the stretch. Right to Holland, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show up. Smooth and fresh up. I'm too hot, call the police and the fireman. Nigga drank water and spider-man. Too hot. Say my name, know who I am. Too hot. About that money, girls hitch hallelujah, girls hitch hallelujah, girls hitch hallelujah. 'Cause uptown won't go get you, 'cause uptown won't go get you, 'cause uptown won't go get you. Saturday night we in the spot, don't believe just
tough to do the 60s without covering a Beach Boys tune, but, you know, we didn't want to just cover a Beach Boys tune. We wanted to put the straight gun chaser twist on it. So we thought to ourselves, all right, what if these guys, instead of growing up out west, what if they grew up right here in the Jersey Shore? And then we thought, all right, what if these guys grew up more or less with us at the same time we did? Well, thought the song might sound a little something like this.
1, 2, 3.
You see me driving around town with the girl I love. I'm not gonna get you. I guess a change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm not gonna forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. You ain't that some shit? All this pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Without forget you. Girl, I'm sorry. I don't drive a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess it's Xbox, and I'm more like Atari, but the way you play your game ain't fair. I've been to the fool, and falls in love with you. Now why? What? Just what you should better not. I got some news for you, and you can run into your little boyfriend. You see me driving around town, the girl I love. I'm not gonna forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough without you. And get her to said if I was rich, I'd still be with ya. You know, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? All the pain in my chest, I still wish you the best without forget you. I know you want me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there. You are my love, you are my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart. Oh, we and I know, don't quit playing. We're just friends, what are you saying? There's another in the bright light. My first love broke my heart for the first time, and I was like, baby, 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 oh, I'm like, baby, 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 no, I'm like, baby, 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 no. That was nighttime preachers saying, baby, 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 but you didn't, baby, 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 oh, looks like we caught the fever. Caught in bad romance. Caught in bad romance. What you been She has got to look nobody wrong, 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 wrong. Woman, woman, gaga, woman, won't you be romance? Won't you be romance?
For those of you who've seen this for the first time, you may have seen this before on Al Gore's interweb or the YouTubes. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of that, but we did something last year that we were... Thanks, Sig. Oh, thanks. Shit, is my tie all right? All right, good. One of the things we did that we really enjoyed was a sitcom medley that we did last tour. These are people who raise kind of work on YouTube. Proudly clapping. So this time we decided to take it even further back into our childhood. There it is. light bright, and then traverse the sharp field of Legos right outside your door. Maybe stop for a quick bite to eat at your easy bake oven. Just a light bulb in there. Speaking of light bulbs.
Wait. No move. You're on the clock for the rest of the show.
This is all planned for your enjoyment. It's hard work to make it all look like an accident. So you pull your underdone muffin out of the easy bake oven, and you sit down in your fort made out of couch cushions, and you watch Saturday morning cartoons all morning. You guys know what I'm talking about? Just ignore the lights. Just ignore them. They'll be back soon. So what we decided to do, well, I say we, but Mr. Walter Chip. I am going to get through this announcement. Now I lost my train of thought. That's all right. Walt put together a cartoon medley. Go.
That's what it's all, folks.
Helps to not stick your hands in the places you've already painted. I have the same problem with acrylics sometimes.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what was going through my mind that whole song. I'm picturing a couple in their apartment next door at the fuse box trying to figure out which light switch turns on the kitchen. They're like, is this it?
Darn it.
Cracked me up.
It's 90 something with high humidity there, so frequent pauses to cool off and drink ice water. Yeah, I hear that. It's actually quite high temperature outside. I was going to try and do the stream without my air conditioner for a while to cut back on it. And I'm between runs on the air conditioner, but I like 30 seconds to like, no, if I do that, I'm going to die. So we get the air conditioner when it's on and no air conditioner when it's off, and just let it run by the thermostat. Thankfully, living in an apartment, I don't have to worry about the lawn. If I did, I would be a very unhappy camper. Didn't have too many people at the beginning of the show, don't have too many people right now. I do recognize that I got like this fuzzy section on my camera. I've got a new camera on order, trying to keep the sections I'm painting in the clearer spots in the camera. And I did replace my headset, so I got fewer technical issues than last week when they broke. Trying to make some really good progress on the dragon. I've got non-metallic and non-pearlescent paints for around the dragon. I got more coming, as I'm building up a huge supply of art stuff. Edging and clippings. Well, I see that's you need that mulching mower, so you don't have to deal with the clippings and just mow over it and edge it and you're set. That's the laziness talking, but hey, it works. Or you get a bagger and you dump the clippings in a pile behind your shed or garage and leave them there to compost out on their own. No, Willett Ford Studios is not a landscaping firm. Willett Ford Studios does not have professional landscaping experience. Willett Ford Studios' advice is for entertainment purposes only, and if doing so harms your lawn, Willett Ford Studios bears no liability for damages. Really happy that you didn't have to work this weekend. I bet, especially if you work in a shop that doesn't have climate control. A lot of those shops don't. I've been in the 110 degree running rubber presses, so I totally get it. Then I spent my time in North Carolina, go to places where they got signs like, yeah, we won't work if it's 113 inside. You know what? I don't blame ya. Of course, I might have a little less sympathy just because I have to work when it's 125 outside. But the joys of working on the road, you know. Didn't mow often enough to mulch. You have to mow every couple of days when you do that. Yeah, I've heard that. I just take and crank the deck up to the maximum height, and you go over it once every week or two. Yeah, we work regardless. Like, yeah, it's 115 inside. I'm working on a rubber press that gets to 350, handling hot car parts coming out of it. Tell me again why you aren't working? No, it's when you have to, you hop out of your vehicle and it's 110 degrees out, and then you have to face down a bear. That's always an interesting experience. And I've lived my share of interesting experiences, that's for sure. Note to self, always put the brush back in the same place, because if you don't, you're going to be like, where'd I stick my brush?